Beta, for thousands of years, we have looked at the night sky with questions. Like you also might have seen the stars, the moon, and wondered what are all these things, right? And with the advancement in technology, we tried to find answer for these questions, right? So we started with a simple telescope, then we moved to satellites, space rovers, and finally spacecrafts. So today we'll look into the history of space exploration. Okay? In around 476 AD, there was a brilliant Indian mathematician and astronomer, Aryabhatta. Okay? So he at that time, thousands of years ago, he at that time rightly insisted that the earth rotates on its axis daily and it also revolves around the sun. ठीक है? Even our first Indian artificial satellite is also named after him. Can you tell me what is a satellite? What is a satellite? I know. क्या होता है सैटेलाइट क्या होता है? Okay, so it's an object that circles a bigger object. जैसे कि अर्थ के चारों ओर कौन रिवॉल्व करता है? मून. So moon is its satellites. लेकिन मून नेचुरल है and humans have also created artificial satellites. ठीक है? So now we move to 1610 AD. उस टाइम पे थे an Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei who discovered 4 moons of Jupiter using a homemade telescope. ठीक है? But at that time, space exploration was very slow as there was no technology. But in the recent past, we have explored a lot in space with the help of technology. ठीक है? Scientific knowledge को enhance करके हमने बहुत ज़्यादा explore किया है space में. ठीक है? And to understand that, we'll go back to the time of World War II. ठीक है? So during this war, Germany under the rule of Hitler, they developed a very powerful rocket. They named it V2, Vengeance Weapon. ठीक है? Vengeance means बदला लेना. ठीक है? तो उन्होंने destruction के लिए, बदला लेने के लिए ये weapon बनाया था. And it was a very powerful weapon, so it could carry nuclear weapons, nuclear जो explosives थे उनको carry कर सकता था for longer distances, for hundreds of kilometers. And also during a test in 1944, it became the first to reach the outer space, the first rocket to reach the space. ठीक है? When this war was about to end, there were 2 nations, United States of America, and the other was Soviet Union, which is now Russia. ठीक है? So these 2 nations, they wanted to be powerful, they wanted to have better technology. So what they did, they competed for access to this V2 technology. ये जो rocket की technology थी, इसको पाने की उनने कोशिश करी. ठीक है? So America got all the team members, even the leader of the V2 team. ठीक है? जबकि Russians, Soviet Union, they got only some designs and some V2 parts. So they started a competition between these 2 nations, जिसको हम space war बोलते हैं, space race. ठीक है? So this cold war between these 2 nations, this competition between these 2 nations is known as space race. And the actual space race started in 1957, October 1957, when Russia, Soviet Union, launched its first artificial satellite, Sputnik. ठीक है? नाम था उसका Sputnik. Okay? And just a month later, in November 1957, they launched Sputnik 2. It was also a satellite, but it carried a living creature along. Living creature को ये space में लेके गया. This living creature was a dog named Laika. ठीक है. And then NASA was established in 1958. Americans established it. NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. ठीक है. They also made progress. They also launched a satellite जिसका नाम है Explorer. So both these satellite, Explorer and Sputnik, Soviet Union का Sputnik, these two were based on V2 technology. V2 technology वही rocket जो जर्मनी ने डेवलप किया था, है ना. Then Soviets were ahead of America at that time, so they sent their first man to space. Can you tell me who was the first man to travel into space? No, Yuri Gagarin. ठीक है. He was a cosmonaut, यानी Russian astronaut थे वो. ठीक है. And he was the first to travel into space in 1961. Then Soviet Union launched Vostok 6 mission and sent a woman, first woman to the space. Who was the first woman to travel into space? वो इंडियन थे. The first woman was Valentina. ठीक है. And then NASA also made progress and it launched many missions. जैसे Gemini launch किया, Apollo series of mission, Apollo 1, Apollo 2, Apollo 3. इसमें it was a series of mission. इसमें Apollo 11 was important क्योंकि Apollo 11 के through they sent 3 astronauts to the moon. ठीक है. कहाँ भेजा उन्होंने 3 astronauts को? मून पे. Neil Armstrong was the commander of this mission and he became the first person to set foot on the moon. The first person to do a moonwalk. कौन था? Neil Armstrong. Okay? So इस तरह से धीरे धीरे जो है सबने प्रोग्रेस करी. NASA 70s के अराउंड they shifted the focus from moon to Mars. So Mars maybe they sent 2 probes to explore. And during all these missions, they set up a number of scientific instruments, telescope in space. ठीक है. And they made range of discoveries. They explore a lot of planets, stars, galaxies, black holes. And this exploration is still going on. ठीक है. Okay, so now I have some questions like who was the first man to set foot on moon? Neil Armstrong. And the first person in space? Yuri Gagarin. ठीक है. So and there's a assignment for you, छोटी सी. You have to explore. You have to collect information about ISRO, ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. ठीक है. उसके मिशंस है ना, उनके बारे में आपने इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करनी है. सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. थैंक यू.